What's up, suckerfishes? It's Squish here. We got a little rant video for you today talking about some mounts, something that just happened on the Twitch channel. You can check us out on the Twitch channel up above. That's twitch.tv/squishyguts, squishy_guts. Because you can't put a space. You got to have an underscore. That's what it is. Check us out there. That's where all the main stuff happens. But here's a little rant I had about mounts on the live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe the video, and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Yeah, I guess this is how I feel right here. Every time someone says we need mounts. Look, guys, I can explain. MMOs don't need mounts. This is me. You're an MMO. You have to have mounts. Seriously, every successful MMO has mounts for their players. RuneScape? You guys have mounts? I actually never played RuneScape. From what I understand, some people call New World RuneScape the newer RuneScape, version 2 of RuneScape. I don't know. So, I'm going to put this in this perspective here. I don't think we need mounts. And here's the reason why. Mounts shrink the world. What makes MMOs such beautiful games is that they're supposed to be this like living, breathing world. That was the original intent of MMOs, and I think we've gotten away from that in the last 15 or so years, or more. But originally, MMOs were about being in the world. You live in the world. You do things in the world. You want to see the same people. And the world's supposed to feel adventurous. It's big. It's grand. You need to earn stuff, right? Things shouldn't come too easy, although I have to say that in New World you do get a lot of things pretty easy. So I used to play this game called EverQuest. Long time ago. It was actually my first MMORPG. And from what I understand, like in today's version of the game, they do have mounts. When I played, they didn't have mounts. And this was for the better. And the game was huge. The world was huge. As far as getting around the world, it always felt like an adventure when you needed to get around and you needed to get places in the first expansions of the game. There was 3 ways to get around. You had to walk, which was always an adventure in itself because things could just like freaking kill you easy by yourself. Or you could have a wizard teleport you or a druid teleport you. And keep in mind, they just couldn't they kind of had to like be there too. Like they had these things called these druid circles, and they had these things called, I forget what they're called. Wizard spires, I think they were. And you had to actually be physically at the druid circle or the wizard spire. You had to show up there, and the druid or the wizard would be hanging out there, and they'd be like, hey, yo, we're teleporting people for, for tips. And you would like tip the guy, and he would teleport you to wherever like another druid circle or a wizard spire was. So they weren't like, you couldn't just like take you like anywhere, just where these spires were, and you usually had to walk the rest of the way. This made the world feel so big. The other way to get around is you had to walk, right? So if you were like on one continent and you wanted to go to another continent, you had to walk over to where like a dock was. And there was only so many of these. Wait for the boat to arrive, get on the boat, and then have the boat, go across the sea to the next continent. And this made the world such an adventure in every facet of whatever you're doing. Now we're coming to New World. People want mounts. I don't want to ever see mounts in this game, because I would think it would ruin a game like this. Because for this game to be successful, for it to work correctly, there has to be space in between things. There has to be an adventure that happens from point A to point B. And if you're able to just hop on your mount and avoid everything, then you're negating the adventure. Just because WoW and Final Fantasy has mounts doesn't mean you have to have mounts. It's not for this game. One, it's going to ruin PvP. Right? We already have a hard enough time with people getting away as it is. We don't need that. For two, it's going to ruin the economy. The way the economy works is that each individual town has their own marketplace in the towns. What will make these marketplaces unique is the space in between these areas. So if you're able to easily transport things to the different marketplaces just by amount to get there quicker or whatever, you're negating the whole purpose. The economy won't be as interesting as it can be because of that. And for 3, because this is a territory game. So you want to feel like when you own territory, your company owns a territory, that people live there. And if people are just able to get around on mounts so quickly, it doesn't matter where your territory is. You could be on the very bottom of the map. Your main base could be on the very bottom of the map. And if you have mounts, you just hop on your horse or, whatever, your goat, your lion, whatever it is, and you can just shoot up to the very top of the map very quickly. There would be no reason to have a house or be in a company that owns a particular territory. It wouldn't have as much value. There is value in owning a house in a location because of the lack of mountains. There is value in a company owning a certain location because of the lack of mountains. And to be honest, if you really need to get around, use Azoth. It's so plentiful. You can teleport in this game using Azoth. Now, I know there's a cap on how much Azoth you can have, but when you're killing things, man, it's like falling out of your pockets. So I personally don't even like that, how easy it is to use Azoth to get around and teleport around. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on the mounts. I don't like them. I don't think they belong in the game. I think they're bad for the game. And I don't want to see them in here. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Mounts suck. And that's really it. Oh, man.